Hello, everyone. I was decided to make homemade pretzels for the first time, and so I went ahead and did the large part of the process already. But I do want to give you guys the ingredients of what goes into this. So as of right now, you for the soft homemade pretzels, you're gonna need 1.5 cups of warm water at about 110 to 115 degrees. That will be for your yeast. You'll need 1 tablespoon of sugar, 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, 1 package of active dry yeast, 4.5 cups. And depending on where you live, you may have to add a little bit more, you may not. So it just varies, but I would actually add that flour to your mixer or however you're doing it slowly, at a slow pace, because you don't want it to be too wet, you don't want it to be too dry. You will also need 4 tablespoons or a half a stick of butter, softened. You're going to need vegetable oil for your pan. Actually, to oil the dough after you have rolled it into the ball, it needs to be put in before it starts to proof. Then you need 10 cups of water and 2/3 cups of baking soda. You'll need 1 large egg yolk beaten with 1 tablespoon of water. And you'll need pretzel salt or any type of kosher, coarse salt. So I already did that process of combining water, sugar, and the kosher salt in the bowl and sprinkled the yeast on top till it began to foam. About 5 minutes it took to foam. I kneaded the dough, and in my hand, my KitchenAid, I'm sorry. I went ahead and I cleaned I kneaded the dough until it was nice and smooth. After that, I pulled it out of the bowl and cleaned the bowl and dried it. Then I put a little bit of oil. You don't need a lot, just a very little at the bottom, because that little bit of oil goes a very long way. So and then I took my dough and I mixed it around in that. So right now, then you cover it with plastic wrap and you let it sit for 50 to 55 minutes. And I also put maybe 1 or 2 towels over top of the plastic wrap, the cling wrap, just to keep it warm. And I stuck it in my oven, of course not on, just so that it was in a dry and warm place. If your bowl fits in your microwave, you're more than welcome to do it that way as well. But yeah, you want it to proof, and it'll get big. It'll double the size. Then I'm at the process now where I'm gonna remove my dough now, and I hope you come along and watch the process. First of all, let me come right back to you because I forgot to preset my oven for 450 and set my water to boil with my, you'll need the 10 cups of water and the 3/4 cups of baking soda. Let me just double check that for you. 2/3 cups of baking soda. So you're gonna wanna put that right before you're getting ready to make the bagels. You wanna go ahead and start to get that water together and bring it to a simmer, and that's what you're gonna boil your pretzels in. So I'm gonna go do that real quick, and then I'm gonna start the process on the bagels so you can see that. Okay, I'm back. I hope that everybody heard me well. I just realized after everything I told you that I didn't have my mic on. So I hope everybody heard what I had to say about the ingredients and all that. I will try my best to put it in just the description box below. I went ahead and I put some foil down on my baking sheet, and I sprayed it with, like a spray oil. Canola oil actually is what I used. I did already touch the dough, but the dough is still very airy, so I have to knock the air out of it. So I'm going to do my best to let you see the process. So let's get you facing this way. Hopefully that's enough. All right. So now I'm just going to take my dough out. And as you can see, it's very airy. So I have to knock this air out as much as possible. And it's a beautiful dough, that's for sure. So I'm just not going to do a lot to it because you don't want to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip it over, flatten it out some, get it into a circle basically, and flatten it out a bit. And then I'm going to cut it. And I don't have a pastry cutting knife, so I'm going to just cut it as even as possible. And I'm going to use my knife to do that. So I'm cutting it, and there is a half, and now I'm gonna cut again in another half, again that piece in half, this one in half, and I'm wondering if I want to make them into 6, so I may just do that, but let's see what we got here first. So let me finish cutting this. Let me turn this around, it might be a little easier. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it again here, and again here. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. But I've seen quite a few people cut these into halves as well. And they don't have to be exactly even, because they just don't, just work with what you got, and so yeah, I'm gonna cut some of these, so maybe not all of them, but I will cut this one in half. So now we have 9 pieces. And now remember, folks, this is my first time actually deciding to finally make these pretzels. I've been calling them bagels all day. They're not bagels, they're pretzels, but the bagels are basically the same process. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one. And now I'm going to have to move these to the sides and cover them up with my bag. With a damp towel so they don't, get dry. So give me 1 sec. Okay, as you can see, I'm moving them all over to this side. And I only want to keep like 1 or 2 pieces over here right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and place these over here. I'm working in a very small workspace right now, so don't mind me. But all right, I'm going to go ahead and keep this and this here, and these here I am going to cover with my clean damp cloth and make sure they're nice and covered so they don't dry out. So now the next thing you want to do is, this one is quite a small one, smaller than I expected, but that's okay. We'll work with it. And what you want to do is roll it out, you know, and stretch. Roll it and stretch. Roll it and stretch. And of course you want to get that middle and roll it out. Okay, from what I gather from everybody that I've heard do their pretzels, you want to do this a couple times, which it's actually stretching it more. So then oh, mine broke. But anyway, okay, that's all right. We'll just put it back together. Like I said, stretch, and then lay it down. And you want it like a horseshoe. You want to wrap it around 2 times and pinch it at the end. And as you can see, that is my first pretzel. You want to make sure your holes stay big, because that's, you know, it's going to come together when they, you know, bake. It's going to come closer. So try to make the holes the space in between pretty big. Like I said, that was a small one. So this one I think is going to be a little bit better. So again, you want to roll it out. Roll it. You want a nice length to it, you know. But they don't have to be perfect length. You know, the length that you feel comfortable with. Now, we're going to try it this way, because people try this. They just go like this and wait. Let's see. And go like this. Nope. There we go. We only want 2. So there. That twisted. It's 2. And we want to move it over. Get some room in there. And yeah, that worked, but this one came out small as well. But once they go in the water, they do, you know, kind of stretch out, you know, get a little bigger. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on this one. Now this one is a big one, and I think with this one I may just go ahead and do a few pretzel nuggets. So you just want to roll it again the same way. Roll it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and cut this so I can get a better roll on it to cut it into nuggets. So we'll just keep rolling it. Oh, if my board didn't move so much, it would work so much easier. But as you can see, it's moving all over the place. So we're just gonna keep rolling, rolling, and rolling. And that should be about good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and cut about 1-inch pieces. And we will also set those on the tray till we get to the boiling process. So now we want to roll this one out. And with this one, we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to go ahead and cut them out in 2 nuggets, 1 inch. Put those back on my board. And roll this out a little and cut. Okay, well now that you guys pretty much got the concept of what I'm doing here, I'm gonna go ahead and finish these off, and then I'll be back and show you the boiling process. Okay, this is the baking soda and water that you're gonna take your pretzels and put them in one at a time. Just drop them in gently. And right now I have 4 of them in. And then I'll do my bites next. You only want them in here for about 30 seconds. So you may, want to flip them over. That's what I'm doing. Some people don't, but I'm going to flip them. Like I said, just 30 seconds. Some of them look more like pretzels, some don't. But for my first time making them, I don't think they're too bad. But, alright, so now we're going to go ahead and take them out. And we're going to put them right back onto the same sheet that I put them onto. And of course, you want to fix them. Make sure that they're okay. Take it out. Put it back. Try to fix them as best you can when you have the chance, Put them down. And get this last one out. And now I'm going to start dropping the bites in. So we want to do those one at a time. Again, 30 seconds. A few of these already seem like they're ready to come out. So, but I want to fix this one real quick while I can. because she really came apart bad. But if I fix her, all right, that's better. All right, now I'm going to start pulling these out. Right back onto the tray, and you definitely don't want them too close. Give them space. I guess the part that I did mess up at was I did not, I'm draining them as best I can, but I should have at least put them down on a paper towel for just a second. But, I'm getting all the water out that I can, so just trying to stretch them out all along here and get these bad boys out of this water. And I can separate them when I get them all out. So, and now they're all out. Boy, I got one really small one. But the other ones are pretty decent sized. So now we're going to go ahead and get the egg wash put on them. So let's follow the pretzels. The crazy looking pretzels, but I'm gonna go ahead and set them down, and I'm gonna get my egg wash, which I have right here, and I will point you to the pretzels. There you go. You see how ugly my pretzels look? They don't look that great, but like I said, and I'll keep saying it, it's the first time I'm ever making them, so I've always wanted to, but I finally decided to do that. So now I'm just going to take the egg wash, which the egg wash is also going to help with, the coloring, the browning of the... I really hope these come out good. But at least I still have another batch over there, so of a few more that I can work with, which I'm going to do that while these are cooking. And then if those come out any better, I'll show you those. But hopefully these will come out of the oven and be halfway decent. Everybody's looking forward to them, and I'd hate to disappoint everybody. But... some of them just looks like a big knot. And we want to get these little guys. And this is just the egg yolk and the tablespoon of water. And you just, mix it in and, beat it together. And then you just put it on top, like I said, of all of these little guys and your pretzels. So now is when you want to add your salt, and my salt got put away, so let me grab it. Yep, right here. So I'm going to go ahead and start salting. I don't have pretzel salt, so I just went ahead and I'm still using the kosher salt because it's a coarse salt. So I wish I could have found the pretzel salt, but I couldn't. So I just opted for this. And now I am going to put these in the oven, and we will be right back. Well, folks, I just pulled the first batch out, and I actually got pretzels. I'm really impressed. They don't look the greatest, but I'm going to go ahead and show you anyway. These are the pretzels. And these are the bites, and they come off nice and easy. They're dark all the way around. You know, some get darker. Maybe my next batch will be darker. I don't know. Oh, some of them are sticking a little bit, as you can see. But the bagels, they're coming up. And, I mean, again, bagels, pretzels. But this was one of my pretzels that didn't come out the greatest. And my holes closed up here. But this one came out pretty nice, I think. But, yeah, so right now, that's what we got done. I'm going to go ahead and start finishing the others and come back and show you what those look like. Oh, real quick, wanted to tell you, as soon as they come out of the oven, while they're still hot, you want to take your melted butter now, and you want to cover them with that butter while they're hot. So you definitely want to get them all nice and hot so the butter absorbs into the pretzel nicely. And then after that, they're ready to eat. So we're just going to go ahead and butter them all. But I just wanted to show you that you had to go ahead and butter them. So I'm going to go ahead and finish buttering them up. And like I said, doing my others. And let you see what those look like. We'll be back. Okay, friends. I went ahead and made my second batch, and those came out beautifully. So let me show you what those look like. And there they are. Yeah, they're still not the greatest pretzel shape, but I think this one really came out perfect. And this one I did purposely. I did it like 3 times of a twist. And then you have the little one here. And this huge one. And then this one. Also big and thick in the center. Most people like it like that. So I just got a bowl. These are the ones I did from earlier. And the little bites. But I can almost guarantee the next time I do them, they're going to be way better. Because I know a few things that I did that I shouldn't have done, and now I know, so hopefully, you know, I'll get it right the next time, and the next time I do it, I'll try to get the whole process in so that you can actually see everything that I'm doing, but that's it for tonight. I hope that you guys try this recipe, because even though they don't look the greatest, they really do taste really good. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe below, hit that notification button, and please like, comment, and please share this video. It really helps me out, and I need the help right now. So, and if you didn't like the video, like I always say, like it anyway. It really helps. Anyway, everybody, have a good night. Over and out.